All right, we should be live in just a second. And we are up. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Harlequin, are you able to hear us?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
My folks, sorry, my camera, I went to turn it on today and it said, no, I don't want to work. So anyways, I'm here, all excited and happy to see everybody. So anyways, you want me to go ahead and do my traditional intro?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's kick off.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. My name is Harlequin Murray and I am your co-host this evening. For those of you who are new here, we welcome you. We're excited to get to know you and excited that you've decided to join us. We are looking forward to getting to work with you as well. Anyways, I get the honor and privilege of introducing our team leader, Miss Ellen Winn. And for those of you who are new and don't know a whole lot about her, just a quick synopsis. She is a native of Dallas, Georgia, not Texas, and that's where she lives now. And she grew up on her family's farm and has a lot of experience with that. But once she got out of school, she went into the restaurant industry and worked in several different restaurants and bars and worked with Domino's Pizza and was in charge of a large territory as well as training. But so she's got some experience there. She started her own pizza restaurant and had two locations, not Domino's. It was her own brand. So she's familiar with branding, with business ownership, but she also has a lot of experience working in the network marketing industry. She's been in network marketing for, gosh, 25 years plus. And that's how I met her. She was my upline and was the training manager, the national training director for a network marketing company whenever I first met her. But she has been with DAC for 6.5 years now, has a phenomenal team, and has had success in all areas of the business. And we're lucky that we get to hear and have her train us. But without any further ado, Miss Ellen, you want to go ahead and take it away?
Do thank you, Harlequin. Yeah, it's going on 25 years almost since I was introduced to this wonderful industry. There goes my Ring camera notifying me of somebody at the door. If the doorbell rings, I will warn you. I have a Yorkshire Terrier sound asleep here beside me. And if the doorbell rings on this delivery, she's going to go berserk. So hopefully they won't ring the doorbell. Hopefully they'll just drop off the delivery and be on their way. Thank you, Harlequin. I always love listening to you take that walk down memory lane. Welcome everyone that's here. If you're watching us live, thanks for joining us, taking time out of your Monday evening. If you're watching us on the replay, thank you for taking time to watch the replay. Guys, this meeting is all about you every single week. It's an opportunity for those of you that can't participate in the daytime Zooms that are held by corporate. It's an opportunity for you to plug in and get your questions answered live. I know I do a lot of interaction back and forth throughout the week with you guys, answering questions by email, some of you texting me questions. But this is really a great conversational opportunity to address anything that you have, whether it's questions you're running into talking with customers, getting started, not knowing what to do. We're here to help you in that, get in the right direction. One thing I wanted to touch on tonight before I go into the training slides that I want to cover with you is something that happened today with me working with a client looking for dental insurance. You know, many of you've heard me talk about, I was talking about DAC healthcare when we were I used to do the Tuesday Zooms. We then started moving into the licensed agent program. And on January 6th, David Rutz decided to backtrack that and decided that DAC wasn't quite ready to do a license program. But I was already full speed ahead in the middle of getting licensed and already had my agency license as well as my individual producer license. So I'm in insurance full speed ahead now. And today I had someone reach out to me looking for dental coverage. And in that conversation, I went through every dental plan that I have access to market. Reason I did that is because I wanted to make sure that I had the best solution for the customer. And as I was doing that, it made me think about you guys and gals as you're out here marketing, trying to decide what to market and understanding what it is that you're marketing. It takes time. And, I invested probably an hour and a half or more going through those plans and really analyzing, because dental is not one of the coverages that I've really delved into up until today. And I wanted to make sure that I had the best solution for this particular client based on what they told me their needs were. And, I spent way more time than I'll get compensated for when I do get paid. I did get the client signed up today, and we're going to save them a lot of money on some upcoming procedures that they have. But I know I invested a lot of time compared to the compensation that I will receive in return. But the story that I wanted to share with you and why this came to mind is very similar with what you're doing as a DAC agent. Whether you're brand new, whether you've been talking to customers all along and you've had several fundings, or whether you've gotten several payment processing clients or several healthcare clients, there is a process to getting started. And that process to getting started is learning the basics. And then once you learn the basics, you have to have conversations with people to get familiar with the questions that you're going to run into, to get familiar with the answers, to be able to point the customer or client in the right direction and set proper expectations for that client. So that's really just what came to mind with me as I was doing that. It also took me back to when I first began my restaurant business, as Harlequin was talking about my background. I invested over 9 months of time into that restaurant, planning, strategizing, finding a location. And then once I found a location, negotiating the contracts, finding all of my food vendors, my equipment vendors, and then getting the business open for the first day of business. After getting funding together, going through the banks, with the business proposal, business presentation, all the things that it took for me to get those doors open. But I had over 9 months of time invested without any return on my investment as far as financial goes. And then I had $150,000 upfront money invested before the first day of business opening. So with that said, once you think about what a great opportunity we have here, where there's no investment required, we have the training available, and I'm going to go through that with you in just a second, point you in the right direction. But just want to think everything that you do, whether you're starting a new job, Harlequin and I were talking earlier, a lot of people get started with DAC and they have that job mentality of, well, I get paid to go through training as an employee. Yes, you do. You don't get paid here as you go through training, but the reward can be so much greater on the other side, where you can build a business that not only pays you month after month on the residual side of our services, but also getting paid day after day on production that you didn't even bring to the table yourself. You just put time and energy into building a team. So I want to point out the training resources that we have, and then I'll open up for questions and go through a role play scenario with you guys if you'd like to do that. But I'm going to do screen share here. I've got the Agent Resource Center open, and I want to take you to that page if I can find that page here. Here we go. All right. Agent Resource Center. There we go. All right. So the Agent Resource Center, for those of you that don't know how to get there, you want to log into your DAC back office through the footer of your David Allen Capital website. Once you get into the back office, and on the left-hand menu, you're going to see right here, you've got your Team Business Agent Resource Center. That link on the left side of the menu, when you click on that, it's going to open up on this page, Getting Started. This is your basic training. First, we have the funding training and overview, and then we have compensation. When you click on those, it's going to take you to those specific pages. But tonight, DAC was really founded as a funding company. That's what our bread and butter is. That's what we've been doing since 2015 when DAC was founded. Yes, we're going to be 10 years old in August of this year. And funding has really proven to be a truly successful model for DAC. And with that, we've got tried and proven methodology in reaching out to customers. Part of me talking about my dental client today was knowing the right questions to answer. So I want to take you through the tools here in the Agent Resource Center to help you understand the questions. First, I want to point out you need to watch the business funding overview. If you've not done that, you need to watch the video. David Rutz, our founder, explains how our funding works, the rates, where to find clients. All of the basics of our funding program is established in the funding overview. And then David talks about our highlights and beliefs that are necessary on your part to be successful, so that when you have a client come back to you and say, oh, wow, that money costs a lot, you understand how our funding and how our rate process works. And then this video, $250K a year, is with you and 5 frontline agents that are all actively getting customers on a monthly basis. And that money is actually available to you if you're willing to do the work and follow what David teaches in that training. We've also got our quick reference sheets. This is the tool that if you will watch the basic training and then print this out, and we'll pull it up, this quick reference guide really takes you through the basics of our funding applet, which is the process. You know, when somebody applies, they're going to answer a few questions about their business, and then based on their answers and based on their bank account type, how much revenue they're doing, they're going to get funneled off to either Giggle Finance, Biddy Advance, or Bank Breezy. And those buckets are going to determine how the funding process works, okay? This funding reference sheet starts out by talking through the process for the bigger funding. Someone that's doing over 15,000, you'll see here at the top, if they're doing over 15,000 a month and have a business bank account, they're going to stay in the Bank Breezy internal process. And under the process here, it tells you how the funding process works, okay? So if you watch the video, which is information overload sometimes, and you run into a question, always go back to this quick reference sheet and go, okay, what's the next step in this? We're also getting emails. David has just announced that we're getting updated email sequences so that if your client is in that process, they've started the application, but they are, I forget the term that he used, Harlequin, if they're not stuck. I forget. Anyway, you'll get an email letting you know that your client has stalled. That's what he used. If they've stalled in the process, you'll get an email encouraging you to nudge that customer along and help them with the next question that they have. Because we find that when somebody doesn't take that next step in the funding process, it's usually because they didn't feel comfortable with the next step. They didn't know what to do. They're not sure if it's a real person on the other end of this. So you just reaching out to them and having a conversation can help give them the confidence that they need to move along. The next page on this talks about our select funding product. It's one of the tabs at the top of your DAC website. You can go in and read the details about that product as well as what's on the website. And then we have our Giggle funding process, when you're going to receive emails, the Biddy Advance process, when you're going to receive the emails, and then our line of credit there, giving the explanations there. And then the last page talks about Canada funding. So if you have clients in Canada that are applying, there's your quick reference sheet for that. So let me close that out. That's where you want to go. But to do a role play and to be able to have conversations with people, this is really the key piece that you want to understand where to find. And this is the finding customer acquisition, live phone, text, and email scripts. Now, I personally do not do any cold calls. I don't do it at all. If you listen to the training calls, you're going to hear Matt and Nick Duhane, who they strictly rely on doing cold calls or cold emails because they're working DAC from Argentina. They're in another country, right? Harlequin does a lot of cold marketing as she's going out doing networking events and meeting new people and introducing herself and letting them know what she does and that she's a funding specialist. She creates relationships there. I personally get all of my clients through either warm market or through referrals, or most of my business now is through referrals and my presence in my local chamber where people are reaching out. They know me for health insurance. They know me for business funding and payment processing, right? So I get referrals because of my presence in my local community. So I'm always handling inbound calls, people reaching out to me through that referral source, or they just found me somewhere and dialed my number and are talking about funding. So I'm going to handle how you, I'll talk you through how you handle those calls when they're coming in. On the outgoing calls, you've got the scripts here. Again, the beliefs there, the meet, greet, and inform, leading with key points, your target market, informing your warm market non-business owner friends, which leads to business owner friends. All of those scripts are in here. Okay, so I just want to scroll through so you can see how much information is here. You need to be reading through this. And then the best thing I can say is that finding a partner to role play with is going to be really helpful in the process, whether it's sending out here as you're showing texting a business owner. Not sure if you knew, but I'm working in business capital. We've already helped thousands of businesses. Just letting you know in case your business could ever use some working capital. We love to help businesses pursue their strategies. I've used the texting strategy there and it works. Don't send all of that at one time. You want to send a short message, wait for someone to respond to it so that you know you got their attention, and then you can carry on that text message. Emailing, that works as long as you're sending unique subject lines and not blasting out mass messages that are going to end up in a spam folder, and then informing your customer. Conversation with the connection cards, which Harlequin does a lot of that, phone, informing other hot points in the reach out, etc. Okay, so those are the scripts there. But what I want to do tonight is talk you through how to handle that call when somebody reaches out to you, whether they've done the, let me get off the screen share here, find where to go on that. There we go. How to handle that call when someone has seen your information. Maybe you've handed out a Connect card, or you've left a flyer, or you've posted your website in a group. Maybe they're reaching out to you through Facebook Messenger, or whether it's a text message, or whether it's a phone call. You need to know some of the basics that you need to find out to see if we're a good fit or not, right? I had a call earlier today, someone wanting to know how much we could loan them on this property that they're wanting to buy that's producing X amount of revenue per month, right? And because I know that we don't take any type of collateral-based loans, DAC is not a good fit for them. So I listened to them tell me, and and that's the first thing I said. I said, well, hey, congratulations on wanting to purchase this business or your new venture. Unfortunately, our funding process is not going to be a good fit for you at this time. But I do want you to keep my information because here's how we can help you. And then I move into we're strictly a revenue-based lender, and how our process works, we don't require any collateral whatsoever. We simply look at your last 3 months bank statements, and whatever revenue you're doing on a monthly basis, we can typically get you qualified for between 75% and 200% of that monthly revenue. So if you ever find yourself needing working capital after you get up and running, again, please keep my name and number because we'll be your best go-to source in the marketplace. Okay. That's how I handled that call. Now, guys, do you think I've had that conversation a few times because it came so easily to me? Yes, I have. Did it come that easily to me the first time I had the conversation? No way. I was stumbling over my words and not knowing quite what to say. So you've just got to do those role plays and put yourself in that situation. But the thing you want to ask and make sure that you're clear on when you're having a conversation with someone, it's easy to get excited and go, oh, I've got a lead. I've got a lead. Let me get them over to my website and let's point them in the right direction. Sure, you want to get them over there, but you want to learn some basics. One, how much revenue are you doing per month? And you don't have to ask this in any particular order. I kind of go through in a particular order. I listen to them and I'll say, hey, that's great. Well, tell me how much you're doing per month right now. Because a lot of times they'll start out and they'll say, I need to borrow X amount of money. I say, okay, great. How much are you doing per month? Okay, that's the pre-qualifier. We got to know how much they're doing. They've got to be doing at least $3,000 a month consistently, or there's no way we can help them. That's the lowest amount we can help someone with. How much you're doing per month, and is that money going into a business checking account or personal checking account? Okay, one of those two. Again, that's going to help determine which one of our lenders is going to be able to help. And I like to know which one they're going to go to before they fill out the application. How long have you been in business? Because we need, if they're doing less than 15,000, we really need to see 6 months of business activity to get them qualified. But if they're doing more than 15,000, they can be in business for only 4 months, where we've got 3 months of bank statements. Okay. So how much are you doing? How much is it going into a personal account, business account? How long have you been in business and how much are you looking for? Those are 4 key things that you want to find out, because if they're doing $10,000 a month and they're looking for 50,000, is that going to work? No, considering the most we can qualify them for is up to 200%. But honestly, if they're only doing 10,000 a month, they're probably going to qualify for between 5,000 and 7,500, because they're on the lower end of the scale and they are much higher risk because they don't have enough qualifying revenue at this point. Okay, so those are some of the basics. You just want to go through that quick reference guide, learn what the requirements are, and be able to put those requirements in the form of question and asking conversations. Lisa Heron, I see you on here tonight. Do you mind doing a role play with me and asking me? You can pretend to be the customer that's looking for some money, and I'll walk you through how I would handle that call. Is that cool with you?
That is perfect. Yes.
Awesome. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing very good, very good. So
Great.
you can be any business owner in any scenario that you want. We'll just take you through. So I'm going to pretend like you're calling me and we'll start the conversation. Okay. So ring ring. Thanks for choosing DAC. This is Ellen. How can I help you?
Hi, Ellen. I am Lisa, and I came across one of your cards. I am working in I'm the director of a senior living center, and I saw that you provide funding.
We do. We do. Yeah. Well, thanks for reaching out, Lisa. Good to meet you. Senior living. Wow, we do a lot of funding in the senior community. Tell me what it is that you're looking for.
Well, we're growing more than we thought we would, and we're looking to kind of build on a couple of additional rooms with, of course, some more bathrooms as well. So we're looking to expand, and of course, with expansion, that does require possibly more staff as well. So, but right now, we just want to kind of get a couple of new, maybe at least one wing completed.
Awesome. Well, you know, it's all those baby boomers coming into retirement and beyond that are exploding your business. I know that that's the case in my local community as well. So, how long have you guys been in business, Lisa?
We are fairly old. Um, we've been around for a little over 60 years.
Wow. Yeah, you're well established. Awesome. And do you know how much you guys are looking for to be able to do the things you're looking to do?
Well, after talking with the contractor, it looks like we would need to just kind of get things started and rolling about 1.5 million.
Wow, 1.5. You got a bigger project going on than you elaborated to, but that's okay. Do you know how much revenue your organization is generating each month?
Yes. Let's see, we bring in we we have over 300 homes right now. So we bring in close to 3 million a month.
Okay, awesome. And do you know if you have any outstanding loans with any other funding or banks out there?
I would have to speak with finance the chief financial officer, but I don't
Gotcha.
believe so. We talked about that. I
Okay.
think we've paid up everything.
Yep, and I assume that you guys being established for 60 years and running a senior community, you guys are established as a business entity, a corporation or something on those lines and doing business
We
through a
are
business checking account.
we're incorporated. We're
Yeah, okay,
incorporated. Mhm.
awesome. Well, listen, you know, based on our conversation, what you're looking for versus how much you're generating, sounds like we might be able to help you. But the process is real simple. What we would need to do is to get the business owner to fill out the application on our website. It's a real simple online, very intuitive application. They're simply going to answer a few questions about the business. Do you know if there's more than one owner in the business or how that structure is?
It is only owned by one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only one owner.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, simply get your owner over to our website. Now, I will say this, all of our funding is really more of a short-term scenario. In your case, the max that we would be able to go would probably be about 24 months. I'm not the underwriter. I'm the sales agent here answering basic questions in the field. So our underwriting team would be the one that would really be able to give the answer on how long the terms would be, also what the rates and the payback terms and all of that would be. Again, I'm not underwriting. I'm just, you know, kind of pre-qualifying you based on these questions and answers that we're going through. But yeah, it sounds like you guys could potentially get what you're looking for with us. Do you know how soon you're looking for that money?
Uh, Probably within the next month or within this month or the next 30 days or so.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this, our funding process is really quick. So if they're not needing it like in the next couple of weeks, I would delay the application process because
Okay.
unlike a bank that takes a long time to process and get approval, our funding process is really quick. We can typically get an answer for you in a matter of days. Once we get an answer and present that offer to the business owner, once they accept it and move forward, then we can have them funded as soon as the next day in a lot of cases. So it's a real quick turnaround. But again, remember, we're short term. Now, if they have already applied at the bank, we're the best solution as the next step. If they've not already applied at the bank, I would encourage them to do that because a bank, since you guys have your property there and you've got real estate, if your owner is willing to put up the real estate as collateral, you're going to be able to get better rates through the bank. But if that's
Mm.
not the case and they don't want to move in that direction, then we're definitely going to be able to to get the best offers in the marketplace. Just a little bit about us, Lisa, other than what you may have read when you found me, is we're one of the largest lending platforms in the country, and we're actually affiliated with all of the top lenders. So when you apply through us, we're going to shop over 20 of the most reputable lenders in the alternative capital space. So you can rest assured that we're going to bring back the best offer to you, and we even guarantee that. So I look forward to being able to help you if we can, and if you guys want to move forward. And I'm happy to get on the phone with your owner if I've given you too much information to carry back today. I'll be glad to walk through that with them.
Okay, well, that was helpful. I know we talked about doing the bank loan, and that's kind of why when I saw your card, I said, well, let me see what this would look like for an option.
Okay.
But yeah, I will definitely let him know. And since you are available, I'll see if we can set up a time with you.
Okay, great. Well, Lisa, I'd love to send you some information and make sure that I can send you kind of a recap of our conversation, a couple of bullet points so that you've got that to carry back to the business owner. But also want to make sure that you've got the correct link to go through. So if you don't mind, if I can get your email address, I'd love to send my communication over to you, and then you and I can stay in touch that way as well, and make sure that I don't get lost in all of the ads and so on that are out there on the internet. Will that work for you?
Absolutely.
Okay,
It sure
what's your best
does.
email? And you don't have to answer that. But that's how I would end that call, guys. I would say, what's your best email? I would actually
Right.
have it on my computer. I use Google on my emails. Thank you, Lisa. That was perfect.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
use
Thank you.
Google. I use Google on my emails, and Google has templates built in. It's one of the add-ons that you have to go in and turn on in add-ons under settings. But I use templates, and I have pre-written templates for everything that I market, and I have it already written out. All I have to do is pop the client's name into the email. So in this case, where I'm talking to Lisa, I would say, okay, Lisa, while I've got you on the phone, let me make sure that I have the right address. I'd go ahead and open my email and type it in while in the address bar. While I'm on that email, I would populate that template, and I would go ahead and do that salutation to Lisa. And I would hit send. I've also got my email set up where it's on like a 30-second delay. So it gives me the opportunity to retract something if I hit send and forgot to do an attachment or something on those lines. And I would say, if you don't mind bearing with me a minute, let me know that you've got this. Of course, I'd ask her, do you have access to your email? Which most people do when they call. And then I'll say, did you get that? And she'll say, yep, I just now got it. I'm going, perfect. Just want to make sure I had the right email address there. Lisa, it was a pleasure talking with you. If I can be of any assistance whatsoever, please let me know. And that's how I wrap up calls, guys. Did I get this smooth and fluent with conversations on day one, week one, month two? Probably not. It's been a lot of conversations over the years and a lot of conversations with agents like you, but you guys can all have as smooth a conversation as we just went through with a little bit of practice and time. So I want to open up, see if anybody's got any questions. If not, we will wrap up. I appreciate your time tonight. Harlequin, you have anything to add in that? Look, you got your camera working.
I did, yeah. But yeah, it looks like Ray has her hand raised though.
Okay, let's see what Ray's got going. Hey, Ray, how are you tonight?
Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing?
Good, good.
Good. Okay, so that was good. That was really good. But my question is in regards to listening to the DAC YouTube webinar last week that Dave did, and he was talking about the business funding training. And so what I wanted to know is, like, once he get that going, do we have, like, within a certain period of time to do the training? It's like does it expire in 30 days, or how is that going to work?
You're talking about the onboarding training that's going to be implemented. Is that what you're
Yeah, that's
referencing?
what I meant. The team building training, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the onboarding. What Ray's talking about, for those of you that have not heard, we're soon to be launching an onboarding process that new agents are going to have to go through before they even get to sign up as an agent and get their agent ID number. Reason being is we have a lot of people that sign up for free and then they never even go and open their welcome email. That costs DAC money to do all of that process, have the emails that go out, and then we've got a support team that is trying to support systems for people that aren't actively engaged. So this onboarding is really going to be key to helping all of us that are recruiting, helping us be successful, because now our agents are going to have to go through some basic training, be able to answer some basic questions before they can go on and complete the process. I don't know specifically, Ray, on how long that is going to last. Those details will be coming out as David moves forward and gets that program live. But I'm super excited about it. It's something that I've been begging for, let's see, I've been here 6.5 years. So at least 5.5 years, I've been begging for that system. We just didn't have the ability to put it in place here until the last 3 years that we've had our own platform. But everything takes time, everything takes a process, and now that time has come, so we'll be seeing it in the very near future.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I meant to say team instead of business funding. I'm sorry, I'm getting stuff mixed up.
No worries.
But that was
No.
pretty much it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. Harlequin, before we wrap up, I know you had something you were going to say, and then we saw Ray's hand up.
I did. No, well, mostly just a reminder that we do have the corporate Zooms at 11:30 Eastern every day. There's a different topic each day. Tomorrow is going to be on team building, so it should be phenomenal. And then we've got funding on Wednesday. Thursday is payment processing. Friday is agent updates. And then Monday is always for those people who are wanting to build a team. And that's kind of advanced leadership. Today was a phenomenal one, but you can always go back and watch those on YouTube. And I would highly recommend, if you miss one, to go ahead and do it, because the reason why Ellen is so good at talking to clients and stuff, in addition to the practice, she and I both, you will always see us on the corporate Zooms. If we can't be there live because we've got a prior commitment, we're at a business meeting or have a client meeting or whatever, we always go back and watch those. So the reason why we know the answers is because we make a point of being a student of our business.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, great comments there. All right, if no one has any questions, we will wrap up. We've gone a little bit longer than we have been lately, but hopefully this was good information for you. Guys, I appreciate you, and we're here in a new year and a new month, already at the second month of the year. Time is just moving along quickly. So don't let too much time for this year get under your feet before you're getting out there having conversations with people and making something happen for yourself and for your clients. Be a light for them and help show them the way to grow their business and have access to funding that they might not know is available without you opening that door for them. Okay, guys, have a blessed evening. We'll see you on the next Zoom.